Hello everybody. So I'm just doing a quick video. I'm going to really try and make this really quick because I do have a tendency to rabbit on sometimes. So I hope you're all well today, and I just want to read an article from Thinking Results, Participants Guide. And this is about persistence and how persistence pays. So just to begin with, we're going to go into the story about Ben Hogan. He was a caddy like in the 1940s. And he was a caddy at a local golf club to earn extra money for his family because, he came from a generally poor family. And, he became a great golfer, like one of the best golfers of his time, through a great deal of hard work and persistence. And he he had not faced his mountain. And the next year, after he won the United States Open Championship, the next year, Hogan was involved in a head-on collision with a bus. Really sad, really unfortunate. And the doctor said they didn't expect him to survive his injuries, and he would definitely never walk again if he did survive. But that was their opinion, and it wasn't Ben Hogan's opinion. And he insisted his golf clubs be put in the corner of his hospital room so he could visualize himself playing golf again. And then, sure enough, a year later, he won the United States Open Championship again. The next year, after that, he won 3 major championships. So in all of his 54 of his victories followed that near tragic accident. So does persistence pay? It really does. And ask Ben Hogan. But there are many stories like this over time, over history, and even like some of the most successful people, persistence paid. These weren't people that just woke up one day and were successful. No, they persisted. If something is generally worth the reward, then it takes a bit of a mountain to climb. To get to the top, it's going to take some effort, but the top is going to be absolutely glorious. Otherwise, what is the point? It's like saying if you were happy all the time, if the world was happy all the time, if there was no contrast, it would be quite boring. So it's good to have the contrast. It's good to climb the mountain because then it's going to be absolutely glorious and gorgeous from the top. So I just want to read a little bit more of this article from Bob Proctor because it is amazing. So it says here, the people who never tackle the mountains, who perpetually wander in the foothills most of their lives, have, in my opinion, lied to themselves and everyone else who would listen so often and for so long that they are no longer even aware of what they are doing. They say that they are content with their results. They say that climbing a mountain is not important to them, that they are getting by just fine the way they are. Odds are they secretly started to climb the mountain years ago and got scared. They hit the terror barrier, quickly retreated to their comfort zone, and have been hiding behind their own false rationale ever since. They frequently justify their sick, mediocre performance with statements like, well, why should I go all out? When I get there, the boss will just want more. These non-productive individuals are lost or at best misguided. If you are not able to wake them up, make certain that you do not permit them to pull you into their trap. In fact, when you come into contact with these type of individuals, let them serve as a triggering mechanism to mentally double your commitment to yourself to become more persistent. So how do you become more persistent? Well, that's a really good question. So persistence is never developed by accident. You're not born with it. You cannot inherit it. And there is no one in the entire world that can develop persistence for you. Persistence becomes a way of life, and that's not where it begins. To develop the habit, persistence, you must want something so much that it becomes a heated desire, a passion in your belly. You must literally fall in love with the idea. And that's what thinking into results is all about. If you don't know what you want, then we can find out what you do want. And it's about going into that part of yourself that does know what you want and exploring that and really finding out what you want out of life. What do you love? What do you love to do? What is your passion? What interests you? And if you haven't teased out those ideas already, then that's what I do. I help you with that. That's what Truth and Flow does. And that's what I teach people when they coach with me. So it's about a lot of things to get you to what you want to be doing. And some people, like, I'm a mum, I got to a point in my life where I just didn't know what I wanted. I'd done the career, I had the marriage, I had a child, and as amazing as all those things are, I was just like, well, what do I want? Personally, as a person, not as I was going to say as a mum, but as a woman, what fulfills me? I just did not know what that was. And thinking into results really opened up my eyes to my talents, my strengths, what I'm good at, what I love to do. It really opened my eyes and my heart, and really got connected with that inner spirit within inside of me, and I was never going to find that in my mind, in my, just even thinking of possibilities. It really opened up a different world to me. So, and that's how you persist with, you're successful, you persist with something. It's in your heart. It's an idea that you love and you cherish and you nurture, and it becomes strong. That it's so powerful, So let me just finish on this article. So whatever you conceive and believe through persistence, you must achieve. Decide right now to be one of those people who make it happen, to be one of the group who receives the lion's share of the profit. Understand that to join this select group of big producers, you must begin your persistence exercises now. Make persistence your most well-developed habit. Persistence cannot be replaced by any other quality. Superior skills will not make up for it. A well-rounded formal education cannot replace it, nor will calculated plans, nor a magnetic personality. When you are persistent, you will become a leader in your industry. And I'm just going to give you a little quote from Calvin Coolidge. Nothing in the world can take the place of persistence. Talent will not. Nothing is more common than unsuccessful people with talent. Genius will not. Unrewarded genius is almost a proverb. Education will not. The world is full of educated derelicts. Persistence and determination alone are omnipotent. The slogan, "Press on," has solved and always will solve the problems of the human race. But you've got to know where you want to press on to. You've got to, I don't say you've got, well, you do. You've got to know where you're going. And that's why goals are so important. That's why what I teach is so important. Otherwise you're just walking around like a shopping mall. If you've got no direction and no focus, you've got no goal, you don't know where you're going, you don't know what you love, you don't know what you want, you don't know what interests you. You're just wandering around the mall, the shopping centre. You don't know where you're going, you're just walking around. Whereas if you know where you're going and what you want, then you're going to go into that shop, you're going to go and get it, and you're going to take it home and celebrate your new purchase. So that's why it's so important to know, and persistence and determination and all these things. And there's so many good stories of persistence. I think I was watching an interview with who's the lady who wrote Eat, Pray, Love. I've forgotten her name. Somebody put in the comments. But she said, when she was writing, she was knocked back so many times, rejection letters, and she it was for quite a long time until she got like an article in a magazine. But she kept going because she loved it. She absolutely loved it. She knew that's what she wanted to do. You know, she was brought up with books. Writing was her life. So when she committed herself to it, she made that decision, and she just stayed persistent, believing in herself. But she knew what she wanted to do, and that's the, you know, these are so many things, so many keys to our success. It's not just one thing. So, but there's a whole load of stories like that of persistent people. You know, there's Ben Hogan, there's the lady who wrote Eat, Pray, Love. There's another lady called in this book, Think and Grow Rich, Franny something or other. I can't remember her name. But she let me. She it's a really great story. She was a writer, and she kept writing to Broadway to say like, you know, I want to be a writer for you, and they kept rejecting her. And she says here, very well, Broadway, you may whip some, but not me. I'm gonna force you to give it up. And one publisher, I just love that, one publisher sent her 36 rejection slips before she broke the ice and got the story across, you know. And it just says here, she pounded the pavements for 4 years to the tune of the publisher's no before she was determined to win, you know. And then the payoff came, and the spell had been broken, and Fanny won. And you know, the publisher started to beat down her door, and money came so fast that she could hardly have time to count it, it says here. And even the moving picture men, you know, TV, I think, discovered her. And then money didn't come in small change, it came in floods. But, you know, it might not even be money, but it's like great riches of abundance, of loving what you do. You know, maybe, you know, money isn't important. I mean, it is, because we've all got to, you know, but it enjoys you to do the things that you do. But the best thing is just living the life that you love and having that peace, you know, and feeling that spark in your heart that you love what you do, and you love every day when you wake up, and you're not just in the mundane, like, chaos or just boredom, or, you know, have no light behind your eyes. You know, I used to be like that, and it's not a fun place to be. So persistence, and, you know, it really does pay. So I just want to leave it there. You know, just let me know if there's anything out there that you want me to talk about. I'll come to my I forgot what it's called, Clubhouse, empowerment soul sessions. I'd love to see you there, and we talk about different things, you know, because then, you know, you can either just listen, or you can come onto the stage and you can speak with me and some amazing women who are, you know, everyone's got a story, and it'd be really great to hear yours. So have a lovely rest of the day, and I will speak to you really soon. Bye for now.